radar may be picking up on some debris showing up with this storm. So if you're in southern Magoffin County right now, you folks need to be doing me a solid and getting into a storm shelter immediately. If you're in a mobile home, you want to get out of that right now. You do not want to be in a mobile home. If you got a neighbor that has a brick home or a sturdy structure, that's where you need to be. So we're looking at this confirmed tornado that would be heading toward Royalton. This is Route 7. That's the connector between Salyersville and Royalton, which is in the southern part of the county. Route 30 is the connector that goes from Salyersville to Jackson and Breathitt County. So this is now east. This is Hendricks. This is the 4-acre area. Here's where we had that confirmed tornado, and that is making its way just to the south of downtown Salyersville. So from Lakeville through the Mason area, Mason Creek, into Oakley, into Carver and Royalton. We need to be in our storm shelters immediately. So this was a severe thunderstorm warning that has now been replaced with this tornado warning, and it is heading toward Royalton and Route 7. And the path on this, if it keeps the trajectory that it's on, it's going to head toward Ivanton on the Mountain Parkway connector. That's 114 between Salyersville and Prestonsburg, and that is going to cross over into the western part of Floyd County, coming up within the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. But as of now, I'm looking at this and look, that's a strong rotation signal that is showing up between Lakeville and Carver. This is in all likelihood right on top of Oakley. If you're in this area, if you're in Royalton, this is a storm that is heading in your direction, and it means business as of right now. Again, National Weather Service going now with the confirmed tornado with this as it makes its way across southern parts of Magoffin County. And I'm going to keep checking. I'm going to step off here. I'm going to keep that radar image up because with a confirmed tornado now, we want to make sure and get the latest information from social media if we're getting any reports coming out of southern Magoffin County. But this is the tornado warning that is out heading toward the city of Royalton along Route 7. And that is a potential tornado. The reason the warning was issued and then upgraded to a working tornado into Magoffin County. That is heading toward Royalton. And you look at the radar with this. We're looking inside this storm, and we are indeed picking up on that strong rotation. And this is the same supercell thunderstorm that we have tracked now. Here's the broader view of that. That's on the far eastern side of the area we focus on. That is our WKYT coverage area. So there is southern Magoffin County. This is to the south of Salyersville. This is right on top of the Royalton area, and it is zipping its way through there very quickly. If you got some friends and family down here, and a lot of us do, this is back in my old stomping grounds here, you need to give them a call and let them know they need to be in their storm shelters, and they need to be there immediately. This tornado warning is going to go until 5:15 for Magoffin County and into a small sliver of Johnson County and western sections of Floyd County. So Route 7 snakes right through here. This is essentially on top of the Licking River right now. Here is Route 7 around Royalton with a confirmed tornado, and this would be the spin that we're looking at that is making its way through here. This is the same supercell thunderstorm we have tracked since it developed north of Madison County, north of Richmond, around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It has prompted tornado warnings just about across the entire path of this storm, and it's flexing one more time. So you can see on the radar where we've got those winds that are now going in opposite directions. So this is on top of Route 7 in Royalton. Lakeville, this storm is bypassing us just to our south and southeast, but we're likely getting in on a good inflow of wind going into this storm as it continues to work along Route 7. This will head toward Ivanton. This is essentially the Mountain Parkway that we're dealing with that goes from Salyersville into Floyd County into Prestonsburg. and that's going to make its way into western Floyd County in about 10 minutes or so. National Weather Service rarely upgrading to a confirmed tornado, but that's what they're dealing with this right now. This is an area that was really hard hit a few years ago in northern parts of Magoffin County back in 2012 by those March 3rd tornadoes. West Liberty, Salyersville. This one is bypassing us just a little to the south of that track. But when I look at this, we're seeing some intense rotation that is ongoing here, heading toward Royalton, heading toward Gypsy and Ivyton, and in just a matter of a few minutes, that's going to cross over into parts of the Floyd County area. So we got a few more minutes before this can get out of Magoffin County, moving as fast as it can. So this is over toward Gun Creek. And eventually Marshallville, Old Burning Fork Road. Listen, we're on the northern edge of this, but boy, that's going to be a little too close for comfort there on Burning Fork and Old Burning Fork Road. A lot of folks live there, Ivyton as well, and just to the east of Royalton, likely getting in on large hail with this storm as well as it passes its way across southern parts of Magoffin County. I'll step off and see if we have any updates from the National Weather Service, going with possible flooding with that too. But the possible tornado with this was upgraded to a working tornado just a little bit ago, a confirmed tornado, and that was based on the radar picking up on what looked like a little bit of debris potentially showing up with this storm as it makes its way into the southern part of Magoffin County. If we look at the broad view, the storms are just about out of our coverage area. This is the far eastern part of our coverage area. Severe thunderstorm warnings are out into Knott County, down toward Harlan County. But again, the one tornado warning that we have continues to be in effect for this particular storm that is right on top of southern Magoffin County. Moving through at a rapid clip, Oakley, Carver, Royalton, and now 114, that is the Mountain Parkway, and it's known as kind of the Mountain Parkway extension that goes from Salyersville into Floyd County and Prestonsburg. This is what we're talking about along 114. And if you're in that area, if you're anywhere on this map that we're showing you, you need to seek that safe shelter, and you need to do it now. Getting into western parts of Floyd County in just a matter of minutes. That may clip southern Johnson County. We'll see if that warning gets extended, but we're looking at this, and the rotation may not quite be as tight as what we were dealing with a little bit ago. It's a little on the broader side, but nonetheless, given the fact that this was a confirmed tornado across southern parts of Magoffin County, yeah, we take that very, very seriously, and you need to as well. So the radar picture has this moving to the east at roughly 25 to 30 miles per hour with that confirmed tornado very close to the Route 7 area in Royalton and rolling its way toward Ivyton and Gypsy. What I'm going to do is just step out just a little bit, and we're going to broaden the view out to show you what we are dealing with. You see Bradley, and there's 114. How close are we to Prestonsburg? We're still pretty good ways away from downtown Prestonsburg, but this is not too far away from Salyersville. Weather Service going with an extension of a severe thunderstorm warning that goes into eastern Magoffin County and through Johnson County and into Floyd County as well. But the confirmed tornado into southern parts of Magoffin County right on top of Royalton, where you see on the radar, where we're dealing with the radar color coding that area of white, that is the radar saying, hey, we likely have large hail coming from this supercell thunderstorm yet again. That is not shocking. It's been a calling card from this particular storm, and it's also been the calling card where this storm sometimes cycles up and starts to spin just a little bit. And we've been getting that rotation from time to time, and it tightened back up here as it made its way into Magoffin County in the southern part of Magoffin County. This warning, it goes until 5:15, so we got about 14 and a half minutes or so left on that. I suspect by the time we hit 5:15, that is out of Magoffin County and it is rolling its way into Floyd County. But we're going to continue to look inside. So what we're dealing with now is a storm that doesn't have quite the spin as what we were dealing with just a little bit ago back across the Route 30 area. This is where the Weather Service started to pick up on the rotation with this, and we started to see it as well. And it was right on top of Hendricks, the Middle Fork area of Magoffin County essentially is what we were talking about with that. And now it is into Royalton, Carver, Oakley, and rolling to the east of Route 7. Now once that gets to the east of Route 7, it's going to begin to impact 114, which would be the Mountain Parkway that goes between Salyersville and Prestonsburg. And by the time we get to about the 505, 507 mark of in just 5 or 6 minutes, the worst of this is going to be now entering western Floyd County, southwestern parts of Johnson County. Paintsville, we're okay. Prestonsburg, we're likely okay. That is just to our north and northwest. Downtown Salyersville, tornado sirens are likely going here. Those sirens were put in place after the deadly or the devastating tornado we had back in March 3rd of 2012. This one is a little farther to the south of that with the track, and it is rolling its way through. But I'm looking at this, and the overall spin is not as prominent as what we had 5 minutes ago, certainly not 10 or 15 minutes ago. It has broadened out just enough, and this is over a fairly rural part of the county. This is into the southern part of the county, so if we're going to get reports from this, they may be slow to trickle in. Hopefully nothing is coming of this, but when you have the Weather Service tagging this as a confirmed tornado, they were confirming that based on something that we call correlation coefficient, where the radar, it's just another way the radar can look inside a storm, not just to show the winds, but it was showing what may be a little bit of an uptick on the radar image, showing what could have been some debris. We'll see. Hopefully that was not the case, but nonetheless, that is right on top of Royalton, and it is rolling its way toward the east. The spin with that is nowhere near as prominent as what we were dealing with just a matter of a few minutes ago. Tornado warning has been canceled. Good news there. So that spin that we were looking at has now flattened out. So again, if you're watching us here now into Magoffin County, into Floyd County and Johnson County, that tornado warning has now been canceled. But we're going to continue to watch the storms that are out there. Any of those storms in an instant is like what we were just seeing, can begin to spin up very, very quickly. Guys, what we're going to do, we're going to continue to watch these storms, and we'll be checking down into Magoffin County to see if we had any damage, because this was tagged as a confirmed tornado across the Route 30 area of Magoffin County over toward Route 7. Chances are we may start to get some damage reports. Again, as I said, those are, it's kind of in a more rural area, so it may take a little bit before any damage reports trickle in. But if we get any information, we'll break in and let you guys know immediately.
All right, Chris, thank you very much, and well done. And this is WKYT News at 5. We are going to show you some of the damage we've had today.